Welcome back to Pentanet Stadium here in Perth, Western Australia. The home of the West Perth Football Club, but for this week it is the centre of the Australian lacrosse universe with the hosts of the 2022 Australian Under-15 Boys and Girls National Championship. We've had 3 games in the bag already. The Lightning beating the Presidents by a score of 22-3. Then in our 5th place semi-finals, the Flames prevailed over the Storm by a score of 13-8. And we've just seen the Ice take the Chocolates against the Auckland Blues by a score of 13-7. But now it's time to get down to business as we have the major semi-finals, and major semi-final number 1 sees the Comets from South Australia taking on the Stars from Western Australia. And I'm joined in special comments today by the great man, the legend himself, the living legend. He's Ice coach this week, but he does everything else back in Victoria, and we love him in our commentary box. Timmy Dobson. Tim, welcome.
Thank you, Tim. It's good to be up in the box and out of the heat. Still haven't quite adjusted to that coming over from Victoria, tropical though it may be. But I am excited though to be calling some lacrosse this afternoon, especially seeing some crossovers of the top teams from both pools.
Well, of course, this game sees the Comets take on the Stars. The Comets dominated their way through pool number B, had themselves a timeout, had themselves a week out. You took on the Comets earlier this week, quite a formidable offence.
Absolutely, and I've coached a few of these tournaments now, and I don't know if I've seen it as quite as physical and speedy a side as the Comets proved to be during pool play. They just had matchups all across the field in terms of speed and a skill set that was making things very difficult for opponents in all manner of ways. So,
well, and right on cue there, India Kapler has had a really good week for the Comets. She's hit the scoreboard from time to time, but ironically, she seems to find her way onto the MVP channel when she doesn't hit the scoreboard because of just her two-way ability. So she's certainly going to be somebody to watch today.
Absolutely, and it's not common to see an under-15 player of her physical prowess with the ability to move as well as she does between offense and defense. She's a big, strong player, but has great speed and can really make opponents play. As the Stars goalie opens her save account for the day, that's Charlie Rose Rodwell.
Yeah, she's going to have her work cut out for her today, and you figure if the Stars are going to be able to cause the upset, they've certainly got the cattle to be able to do it, but Charlie Rose Rodwell is going to have a massive game for them in the cage.
Absolutely, and it's going to be interesting to see how the pools go. I've been obviously on the tough side of a few results this week with the Ice Girls playing Comets, Flames, and Waikato, and it's interesting to see so far that we've had one besides the first game of Lightning versus Presidents, we've had one pool prevail back-to-back games now. It'll be interesting to see whether Comets hold that trend true, as well as in the later game today where Waikato take on the Fire from Victoria.
Just see the ball here with the Ice now, kicking it across the top. Step the corner, rips that one home. That's a tremendous finish there. Imogen Wilson at the top there, finding Isabel Jackson. She's one of their go-to guys. Isabel Jackson, she's had a massive week for the Comets and made no mistake there, step in the corner and spots the Comets the first goal of the game.
That's been something we've seen a lot of from the Comets as well. They do a great job finding the open player. I think at this level of lacrosse, you still sort of quite often see a defense get away with some of those errors, letting things slide like that. But the Comets have been making teams pay when there've been open players in the crease. And again, it just shows that sort of composure that they have. And from my point of view, also shows the benefit of the less interrupted lacrosse seasons I've seen in SA and WA. As the level of play is just slightly more mature and composed from the other states, I think, this week that we've seen. And the Victorians, it's really been telling for us in terms of bringing over the talent we have and still having just these more mature, experienced players out on the field against us as the Comets continue to control play.
Lydia Litchfield there, zinging the ball through the middle there, crossing across the fan as the ball sits there with, I think that's Lawson. Lawson steps the corner, draws several defenders, kicks it across to Kapler. Kapler using a superior height there, rips one on the left-hand side of the poke.
There we go, and great shot by Kapler as well. Finding the goalie a little step off the post there. Kapler just found that seam and threaded it through.
Great feed from Lawson as well for the assist. Zinging that one across the top there, India Kapler. Who took the ball cleanly and with the expert finish as Kapler goes back to the draw circle. But that there straight off the bat, out to a 2-goal lead here in the first 4 minutes of this game. Both goals just excellent ball movement.
Absolutely, and I think the Stars defense are really going to need to tighten things up a little bit. They're just giving too much room on some of these plays. Sometimes they've got the body matchup is there, but I think they just need to have stick on a lot of these because, again, the Comets passes, they are confident to pass into a pressured situation as long as the stick is free.
As you just look over on the ground too there, you'll see the Braves and the Thunder taking place in a preview of tomorrow's boys final. And it looks like the Braves are out to what appears to be a 10-4 lead over there on ground number 2. So for those at home wanting score updates on the boys, Phantoms defeated the Stingrays this morning by a score of 8-4. Cross beat the Northern Warriors 10-6. And the Braves seem to be in control over on ground number 2 at the moment. As we are back, the Stars have taken possession of the ball there.
Great speed there by Chanel Ager, absolutely. And the smaller of the players out in that contest with 2 around her, but absolutely fearless up the field.
Put the head down, didn't she, and just went.
Absolutely. I've always dreamed of being a fast player, and if I did, I'd hope it'd look a bit like that.
Well, this probably is the slowest box in history between you and me. I don't think either of us are going to be burning between the lines anytime soon. But Ager just dropped the hammer there and found herself into a heap of space. If you are just tuning in, this is one of the major semi-finals, a spot in tomorrow's final on the line. The Comets from South Australia, undefeated this week, 4-0 record, taking on the Stars, who finished second in Pool A, dropping only game to the Fire earlier this week. The 3-1 record coming into this game.
Definitely looks in that first game for the Stars as if they just had a bit of a rough start. Couldn't quite find a rhythm in that game, and Fire really pounced at them. I think in the game, Fire were the better side, I believed, on the day. But Stars just couldn't quite find their rhythm. But then on day 2, they kicked things into gear and absolutely ran away through the rest of the competition to go 3 on the trot. But again, this Comet side is so far looking pretty controlled. Nice looking there, but again, good pressure by the Comets. And you'll see a lot of a 2 and 3, a double and triple team play from the Comets, especially if there's any delay in a restart of play. If you see a Stars player get a free ball, great finish there.
That is just fantastic there. Kapler returning the favour to Hayley Lawson. Kapler drawing all the players and the attention. Lawson just positioning herself, but then expertly finishing it top right. Not a lot Rodwell could do there to try and stop that one. And a timeout there called by the Stars. They're going to want to have a conversation about it. And I mean, what do you do at this stage to slow the tide a little bit?
I think the first look a lot of teams will make is trying to maybe run an ISO, and you might consider locking off Lawson. But I think it's hard to stop the deluge of offense that the Comets can create. They have options in a number of places and with a number of players. So I think it really comes down to communication, starting with Rodwell in the goals for Stars. But it's going to take big individual efforts sort of, merging into some good team defense for the Stars, because they seem to be the slower of the 2 teams. Not that they are a slow side by any means, but Comets definitely taking advantage of the space they're able to create for themselves so far in this game.
Yeah, of course, the Comets, they're just jumping out. They've been dominant all week on the offensive front. But the Stars, they've had some big games themselves as well, and certainly only very early in this one, as we saw earlier. The Flames getting out to a 3-0 lead, and that lead evaporating in the blink of an eye as well against the Storm this morning. The Flames obviously went on to win that game, but 3-0, 3 goals is definitely not insurmountable at this level. And for the Stars, you probably just need to get a goal at the moment, don't you, to just sort of ease into the game a little bit. They just seem like they're not feeling it at the moment.
Absolutely, and sometimes at this level especially, it's almost the proof of theory. You have that, the Stars players know they know how to score a goal, but sometimes in a game you just need to score that first one to open the floodgates. Just gives you that little bit of extra belief. It's the same as a goalie making the first save or 2. It just builds that confidence for the next one to keep coming. And I think if we can see a Stars break from the middle and a goal, you may well see a more confident side with a little bit more pep in their step as things continue on. Didn't look like that one went high enough there. They'll redraw that. There we go. Here's the call.
Yeah, number of players here. As with all the girls' sides, the players all go into a pot in their respective states and then get farmed out to each of their respective sides. So there's a real nice blend here of players. A number of clubs represented here, which is always good to see. So wherever you are watching, I'm sure obviously a work day here in Perth. So we would expect to see as many West Australians tuning in as we do South Australians. So Big hello to wherever you are in Australia. Jump online, let us know where you're watching from. We'll give you a shout out throughout the broadcast.
Great ground ball there by Lily Maros. Ball played forward, knocked back, and then she just ran onto it, didn't even break stride as she gathered it. Loses it there though, and the Stars will look to clear. The Comets ride this week has been pretty ferocious. They've been running almost a zone ride, and they are looking to swarm the ball wherever possible out of it. And again, if you see a Stars player get a call go their way, expect to see 2 or 3 Comets players lining up in front of them as they reset. You've got to really try and take advantage of this quick start, if you will.
Otherwise, the deck there. That's feverish, as right on cue. Feverish defence as Talia Edwards tries to clear the ball out from the Wembley Lacrosse Club. Kicks the ball across the top.
Great knockdown there by the Comets player, and they're on the break again.
Gee, Kapler is just dominating. She's got Lawson on the far pipe if she can find it, but Kapler, ring-a-ding-ding, puts that one off the pipe. Kapler is everywhere in this game, isn't she? She alone seems to be the difference.
Absolutely, and we saw that shot there. We saw the almost looking for the same as last time. Rodwell a little bit off the post there, and Kapler looking to thread the needle. Couldn't get that one to go. But again, it's very rare you see an under 15 player as athletic as Kapler, and with that skill set as well.
Oh, what a feed there. It's Jackson over the top to Lawson sneaking in off the back.
And again, we see that confidence in their teammates' ability there. Is Lawson had 2 players around her, and they were still more than happy to lob that one over to her, knowing she'd get that slam dunk goal on the crease.
And incredible vision though as well, because she's had to see that through the goals, saw the play unfolding, and then was able to find that. And that's 4 goals and 4 assists, just as many assists as Lawson brings up her 2nd goal of the game. Isabel Jackson from the Wilderness Lacrosse Club. Hayley Lawson from Glenelg as well, like India Capella, thank you for that, Griffin. As the ball just bounces out, it's in dispute at the moment. Jackson takes possession of it, turns on the Jets, gets herself into a little bit of space as she pushes into offense again. Comets leading this one early by a score of 4-0. Shakes and bakes and throws the swim move.
So a flag on the play there, and for those of you playing along at home, if you're not familiar with the difference, especially between flags in the men's and women's games, once a player is attacking in the fan, if they are on the drive, if they would be given an advantage in the midfield, they are given a flag. If they shoot, the play ends with the result of that shot, be it a save, a goal, or a miss. Great finish there. Otherwise, it will come back for a free position or a free ball further of the fan. Big finish there, and it's 5-0 already for the Comets.
That's a huge finish there on that corner. That's a terrific finish there from Lily Maros. Found it off the top there by Isabel Jackson. That's Jackson's 2nd assist of the game. Lily Maros there taking the ball with a nice crisp finish. See, just Capella taking a break there for the Comets. Just a change in the draw. So a potential opportunity here for the Stars. Down 5-0 very quickly here in this game. In the blink of an eye, we still got 6 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
Now, Capella leaving the centre. I've made this mistake earlier in the week. I thought it could have been a chance for a reprieve. Leah Litchfield, though, is very handy in the centre draws, and Comets have the ball now as they move it upfield. Quick 2 passes, great save there by the goalie.
Rodwell gets a piece of that, much needed save at that point.
Stars looking for the clear now, but again, we're seeing this Comets swarm around them. 3 on the ball, and they haven't even made it out of the offense yet. Again, we're going to see Stars get this one, but don't be surprised if there's already a double team in front of the ball as they get going.
The Comets looking to apply pressure. No easy option here as they'd have to go forward a good 15 metres, 20 metres to find the next available player. And sure enough, they've caused the turnover as the ball spins loose. Lawson takes possession of the ball for the Comets. Shakes and bakes in the bottom corner as she looks to try and press. Open player through the inside, trying to corral it. Tries to rip the shot there. That's Abby Harkness. Can't quite get a piece of that from Glenelg. The old Glenelg connection there. It's Lawson just pleading with their teammates to just slow down, just calm down a little bit.
Rodwell, the goalie, doing a good job to make that save. The quick sort of reset after the pass and the redirect. Got a big piece of it and it bounced out wide. She's going to be, again, under the pump as we watch more of this. But great shot there. Rodwell couldn't quite get a read on it.
Jackson steps the corner there. Great feed again from Lawson. As you can see, Lawson just taking the ball out to the bottom left. Jackson steps around one would-be defender and sticks it home. That's Jackson's second of the game. Lawson's second assist. And that's an interesting stat as we fill this out, as you know, we keep track of this. Every single one of the goals at the moment for the Comets has been assisted. Doing an amazing job there. Just great ball movement. It's just so crisp, isn't it, Tim?
Absolutely. And we're seeing from the Stars here, they're putting a fourth into their defence, leaving one back in attack. Obviously, again, if you've come over from the men's version of the game, not a manoeuvre you can do in the men's, but as long as they stay even through the middle in that 2/3 of defence, as long as they keep players back, they're all good there. Now, unfortunately, Stars have the ball, but they don't have that extra player upfield because he has to make it up from defence. They're going to look to settle as the sixth attacker arrives, and we're looking for our first goal of the game for the Stars.
Edwards with the ball, just carries the ball around to X there, looks off Madison Carroll, who took the ball out of the draw there for the Stars. Edwards just here in the bottom corner as we have a whistle. Edwards being defended there by Lawson as Litchfield just moves behind. Edwards with an opportunity here, though the Stars have seemingly abandoned her. They've got all five of them on the far side of the field as Edwards shakes and bakes, tries to create a little bit of space for herself, throws through the inside.
3 seconds the call there. Yeah, Comets not interested. I think Stars looking for an ISO play there, hoping for a one-on-one with the trailing player, but the Comets more than happy to almost hold their zone on that one and just stare the player down.
Yeah, Trinity Buckman here from the Ishmael Lacrosse Club. Steps in, goes to rip the shot. Great save. Gets a piece there. That's a fantastic save by Dia Anup Kumar.
Chanel Ager with the ball now. We've seen her speed. She got a rebound out of that. We've got another 3-second call again. Comets almost in that zone defense, it looks like. Not quite a true zone, I don't believe, but 3 seconds is a call there. They're a little bit flat in the fan on some of these. Not quite getting out again, waiting for the Stars to come to them. So Chanel Ager will have a chance with her speed to maybe make an opening for things for the Stars. Gets by two, gets by a third. I think there's free space in that one. There we go. Call is on now.
So she's going to get an opportunity here from the top, just to the right of the centre hash. Got an opportunity, certainly quick enough to get a couple of good steps in and get a good shot off.
Absolutely. Player on the bottom corner, they're being told just to get back there out of the shooting lane. Ager had more time, I think, than she thought there. Took the shot almost immediately. Had a chance for some steps to close the gap.
Gould there snatching the ball, interestingly enough, enabling the quick getaway.
Breaks a quadruple team in the middle, but then gets chased down as another Stars player arrives. I think the Comets a little bit too compressed up front, although she manages again to fight free for the ball.
Oh, nice pick up there from Rodwell. Rodwell takes the ball, looks upfield, looking for an option. She's got Buckman here on the right-hand side. That's the direction she endeavours to go in, but that's a little bit fortuitous there. Finney Barnett takes the ball.
Check across the body is the call there, and it's going to be Stars looking to get the ball upfield again.
Barnett hasn't got a lot of options forward. Going to want to turn the Jets on here as it closes on her very, very quickly there. Alice Dawson, that's Abby Harkness, not giving her much room whatsoever. Ball hits the deck. Stars starting to get visibly frustrated here, trailing early in this one, 6-0 with a minute to go. Have stemmed the bleeding somewhat, but are able to push the ball forward, but
I think that's the biggest thing they need to really do is reset, refocus. I think a goal for some morale would be good as we get a one-on-one break here with the goalie. Lost the ball on that one. Great trailing defence. But yeah, sometimes again, you just need that confidence builder. I think they've done a good job to slow the pace of Comets.
Clock's about to come on. Lawson steps the 7th goal, and the Comets are out to a 7-0 lead.
We're seeing again Rodwell on that one. I think maybe just leaving the pipe a little early. As she stepped upfield, Lawson snuck that one back behind her. I think if Rodwell holds that pipe a little longer, she'll give her defenders a chance to get in and forces the shot maybe a little earlier, gets the angle more her way. but Lawson just picking apart the defence there with some great speed and then a good finish as she curled around.
I was going to say, it's good enough if there was enough time on the clock, and it clearly was. We're still clock on here. Lawson not wasting any time to add her third goal. Capella back in the middle.
And first unassisted goal for the Comets there as well.
Interestingly,
the individual effort.
7 goals in, yeah. Cole picks up the ball, kicks it back to Capella. Looking to try and push again, push the Comets in. This could be an absolute death blow if they manage to score again. Slides on the inside. Good control, looks it off. Looks to step the corner. The defence has moved away.
Runs into a wall of defenders there. Couldn't quite get it to go. I think maybe needed that early shot if she was going to take it. Although with the clock on, you've got to think we're about to hear that last whistle for the quarter. And there we are.
Rather fortuitously for the Stars.
Did enough to slow them down, and often that's what you need in a game like this. I think we've seen it a little bit through pool play. When teams have managed to stifle the Comets, it's just slowing down the speed of play. They almost look a little uncomfortable if they can't play lacrosse at 50 million miles an hour. It's been the one thing teams have been able to do a little bit to slow them down and get some opportunities for themselves. Well, 7-0, Tim,
mate,
first quarter.
Mate, didn't expect that. The Comets have come out red hot. And as we look at the goal scorers here, Hayley Lawson with 3 goals, 2 assists. Lily Maros with a goal. India Kapler was everywhere early. Only the 1 goal, 1 assist, but had a role in everything. And Isabel Jackson, 2 goals, 2 assists. She's been red hot as well. So the big 3 there for the Comets coming to the fore. Nothing from the Stars. If you're at this particular point in the Stars, you can see the difference at the moment in the teams. Just looking at the huddles at the moment, the Stars appear to be almost dejected, understandably so. The Comets have come out in complete control of this game. What are you looking to do? What are you saying to the girls at this moment? Still a long way to go. They can still work their way back into it.
I think it's important to remember that they've had a game, not quite to this level, but they've had a game early in the week where they were really dismantled in terms of offensive output by fire. With a big loss in the first game. They then got 3 games on the trot. Sorry, they know that they can come out of games like this. They know they can keep competitive when the pressure is on. I think for them at the moment it comes down to what they can do in terms of just slowing the pace of the Comets. Whether that's maybe some matchup changes, whether it's trying to find maybe again we're looking at maybe locking a player off in the attack line. Although it is a hard one against the Comets because they can run any of their players through the middle with the speed they have. I think the other one is just making sure the ball movement is there. There have been a few times when they've had a chance to clear and they just don't have passes upfield where they need them as the Comets are stifling them with their doubles and triples in the midfield. If they can get those passes upfield early, it gives them a chance to get ahead because that double team means there is room somewhere further downfield. If the Stars can find those seams and get the ball upfield, they give themselves a chance to have a numerical advantage when they arrive in attack. Although it's going to take some big individual efforts to break that ride pressure from the Comets, as well as slowing down that offensive output. I think it's going to, again, take just giving Rodwell some looks at the ball, whether they're more contested shots or better contested shots potentially. But if she can get into a rhythm and find her stride, it gives the Stars a chance to be re-attacking even if they're not getting the ball out of the centre initially.
Yeah, they almost need to be brave, don't they? They need to take the game on and almost force the Comets into making a mistake. Pressure. They're making bad passes, aren't they? The passes under pressure to nobody in particular. And it seems to be stifling any attempt for them to get out once they're there. So, no, look, it's all in front of them at the moment. The Comets in complete control of this game at the moment as we get underway here in the second quarter from Pentanet Stadium. Big hello to wherever you are around the country watching. This is the major semi-final. Winner of this game progresses to the final to take on the winner of our final game of the day up next. The game between the Fire from Victoria and Waikato from New Zealand.
Great individual effort there in the centre from Talia Edwards, winning the ball for Stars and getting it upfield. Looks like she may have taken a knock on the way through, subbed out very quickly, but has gotten the ball up into the attack for Stars. Player looking to dodge in now. A bit of a slow move there. Would have almost been free space, I think, on that one. It's interesting that there was no call made as the defender backed away from about 4 metres in front of her. However, there will be a free position shot after the contact is made in the fan. This could be the Stars' chance to open the account today. Whether they can do it or not. Off the pipe.
Ding. That's Sophia Berigidi, obviously our earlier commentator today, an ALN favourite, Sophia. Ringing one off the pipe. Unlucky. How's the power on that?
Absolutely. It was a huge shot. And hate to say it as a goalie, but I fear that one may have hit the pipe, hit inside the goal crease, and then, but behind the goal line, and then spun back out. Be interesting if we had a goal line camera to sort of see those ones, but they do happen from time to time. Obviously, never when I'm playing, but they do happen from time to time. And I feel she may have been very unlucky on that one.
Goalie's best friend, right? We just got a little bit of a contact there. It's Ashley Burton trying to clear the ball for the Stars. Comets leading this one early, 7-0. We're early here in the second quarter.
Good move upfield there by number 14, Isla Emerson. She's got the double comes. In now, and another double team is there to meet her. She looks for the pass inside. Turn, shot, save. Again, great save there by the Comets goalie. I think it's been a lot of talk about the offense and the midfield from the Comets, but their goalie has been very solid all through the week when tested. She's risen to the occasion on a number of the big plays.
It's Wilderness's Dia Anup-Kumar doing a fantastic job down there, G'ing up her defence. You like to see a goalkeeper on their toes. As they kick the ball around here, head back into offense. That's Jackson with the ball. She had a massive first quarter, 4 points for the Comets. Steps on the inside, looking to add to her tally here.
Free space, the call there. Again, Stars, and it may even be the look on some of these. I think if their Comets players are weaving through and getting assisted goals as they are, sometimes you almost need to go for that professional foul and just get in the way. Give Rodwell a look at a settled shot here. You know, whether it's going to pay out in the end, who knows? But, you know, maybe Scrappy Lacrosse is going to be giving the Stars more of a chance. Unlucky on that one, though.
Oh, that's a massive goal there. Jackson again. Zinging one through. That brings up her hat-trick here early in the second quarter. Just a real clinical finish there from the top of the fan.
Low and away, overhand shot, coaches everywhere. Absolutely loving that one.
Mind you, though, there has been that difficulty with the overhand shot here, hasn't there, with just the bounce in the ground?
Absolutely. It's been coming from a land of soft and often squishy fields in Victoria. It has been doing havoc with some of the attackers in this tournament as the shots, even well inside the crease, have been bouncing over the goal. Although occasionally you do get one where you bounce it, you know, right at the goalie's feet and somehow it sneaks in under the top bar. And it's been an interesting one, sort of going a little bit double-edged swordy with both sides taking advantage at some points. But the field is very bouncy, and it's a hard field. We've seen it through the week. A lot of players with soft tissue injuries and things like that, just as they've been trying to manage to get through. Just with the amount of wear and tear on legs that maybe aren't used to a field this hard.
As Aga gets clipped there on the way through. She's going to get the ball back here. Comets out to an 8-0 lead here in quarter number 2. Steps past the inside, goes to look for the shot, not on. Good work there, closing down the angle as she kicks the ball across the top. There's a whistle here, Stars. That's Elizabeth Roost with the ball.
Another 3-second call there, and again, we've seen a lot of those, and I think Stars really need to be taking advantage of that. As you see some sort of ball on the field, mini football looks like.
Yeah, just off the back there. No one, I don't think anyone's have they seen it. Yeah, they've seen it.
There we go.
Oh, Aga showing the arm strength. Ripping that one out. Aaron Rodgers, eat your heart out. Kicks the ball back across the top of the Stars.
Nice move there. And you see the Comets defense, I think, are in the heads of the Stars already, because you see that one where it was almost a look to the goal and immediately the player just stepped back, trying to avoid it. Aga with the ball now.
Anup Kumar there, just closing the avenue as Freya Pine tried to step the corner. Oh, that's a terrific goal.
Stars open the account on that one. Anup Kumar, you see her stepping forward like that. Player gets the ball and just almost dropped it over her head there. Managed to bounce in again, almost bounced over the goal on just
that's Agar looking shot. Back. Agar, number 37 there, looking on the inside, just as Ashley Burton steps on the inside to find herself just enough space there to be able to do some damage, and that's a really nice finish there from Ashley. That's the Bayswater connection there kicking in. Bayswater teammates know each other's game very, very well. But Ashley Burton there with a tremendous finish.
Absolutely. You see that trust, just Agar looking over her player and sort of just lobbing that one up, almost alley-oop style, knowing Burton would be ready on the other side. Well, 8-1. 7 points still the difference, but it's a very different looking game being down by 7 once you're on the board as Comets win the ball out of the centre there.
Yeah, look, the Comets still seem to be in complete control of this one. They move the ball back into attack there, looking to try and answer back almost immediately. Got options are plenty in front of it. Litchfield immediately double teamed by the Stars, getting aggressive on defence. It's what you want to see. You certainly don't want to see him falling back into you know, being too submissive here. As Mia Taylor getting ready to defend Litchfield, is just sorting out what's happening here.
So Stars offside there. So they started to play it back, but then have made up too many players on the return. So Comets ball, no change to the setup. However, Stars play it back to being onside. So it's 6v6 here.
The ball just chips her out the back. Litchfield looking and searching, trying to find an opening here. And the Stars defence misses the pass, straddles over the back here. An opportunity for Pine if she can pick it up for the Stars. She's got front position. Ball's on the deck as she continues to try and fight for it. 2-2, great pick up by the Comets as they look to try and stream forward there. That's Bailey Cole, the Glenelg Seahawk. Does a tremendous job there in congestion and throws the Comets back into attack. Nice back roll there, trying to cut through, searching, trying to find her way through the defence. Nothing on for her just yet. Comets showing a fair bit of restraint here in offence, which is good to see. Harkness carries the ball around X before kicking it up to Litchfield, who steps on the inside, steps through two defenders, loses the ball.
And some scrappy defence there from the Stars, and I think that's really what we need to see as the outcome of this game, whether it is a 1 point or 20-point defeat. Either is the same result. It just the winner goes forward to the first and second game as that one rings off the pipe.
Ding, puts that one off the pipe.
The loser will play for the 3 and 4 game, but at this point, no point holding anything back because staying, trying to stay close or get close won't do it. They've got to really go for the win on every play here. Litchfield with the ball now up top, sends it inside.
Oh, great save by Rodwell there. Put herself in a great position to make the save.
Rodwell on that one doing a good job with the footwork. She was on the right side of the goal, gets that pass across, steps in play nicely. May have just tiptoed the line there as she put that one down inside. However, no call made. Agar now on the clear.
What to like about Agar? She's playing a really good game, isn't she? Being really instrumental for the Stars as they try and break down this Comet ride. Kicks the ball across the top there. It's there for Pine if she can get it.
Absolutely to prove necessarily.
What a finish. Made that look easy there. Great give and go. As you can see there, by Lily Silvestri.
Couldn't have looked much more casual. I think had great position, stick out in front, caught the ball and just sort of turns and almost was just like, I'll leave this with you back of the net, don't you worry.
Yeah, they just made it look, they're just so calm as they've gone through that. As a few people asking for the score update on the far ground, the Braves seem to have prevailed over on the far ground there. Looks like by a score of 12-4 over the Thunder. Of course, that game doesn't necessarily matter in the big scheme of things. The Braves and Thunder already confirmed for their spots in tomorrow's final. The Braves and the Thunder. Up next on ground 2, the Phantoms taking on the Metro. No semi-finals in the boys, running off the ladder. And of course, the girls over here on ground number 1 today are running off a semi-final format.
Great give and go play there by the Comets, and they're sending it back in, almost looking for the same thing there. Number 8 open again in front of the crease. Couldn't get it to go. Ball back with Rodwell now.
Yeah, nice pick up there from Sienna Lewis-Fernandez.
Pass over the top. Got a piece of it, did Freya Pine, but couldn't quite handle, and Comets are going to look to grab that one back. Stars checks are starting to look a little bit more fast and loose here. They've been called for a few cross the bodies. Got to make sure they're not getting too wild with things. Great defensive effort there to disrupt that shot, and Rodwell can just knock that one down. Although they're back up against the Comets ride now, so things don't get any easier after that save. Again, just that cross the body check there. Got to make sure they're getting in front of their player and not sort of reaching in with the stick. As number 10, Abby Harkness with the ball, looks to get things back in for the Comets.
Kicks the ball back across the X. Looks for a great little feed on the inside there. Ambitious. But wasn't far off her. It's Lucia Andre. Looks for the feed through the inside. Not afraid to take their chances, the Comets, and continue to search and ask the question. They're looking for, good positioning with their teammates. As the Comets interestingly seem quite content just resting players at the moment. India Capella off the field, Hayley Lawson off the field.
It says a lot about the faith the Comets have in their team, that they're already in a position where they're like, yeah, we'll see this one through, but we don't want to wear everyone out.
I think it's called a luxury, isn't it?
It is absolutely a luxury.
And the girls that they're putting out here are just as good as the guys that they're taking off.
Yeah, really showing their depth, and again, just that confidence that brings, that none of these Comet players seem to be in any doubt about who's on the field or what that means. Well, a great look inside. Couldn't quite get the handle on it, but the ball is still live and loose. Goalie may get called for re-entering here. No. Okay, yes, she will. I don't believe she did re-enter. I think the ball was down. I think she stepped out. She planted her back foot and then picked up the ground ball. However, regardless of that, Stars with it now. And we'll see the Stars have a look. We've got a lefty here, maybe trying to drive behind. Good physical defence there by the Comets. May have been leaning in there. Gets called for displacing the player there on the push.
Stars trailing this one by a score of 9-1 as the ball sits at X. That's Trinity Buckman with the ball. She's been a regular goal scorer for the Stars this week. They're going to come back into this game. They'll need Trinity to tickle the twine as she steps the corner. Looks on the inside, looking for Birighitti. Can't quite find it. Birighitti finds it again. Tries to get into some space, but the Comets aren't letting up there. Feverish defence there from Abby Harkness and Chloe Hart.
And you're seeing how much pressure the Comets are putting on these Stars players under. That's a pass that player's catching most days of the week. But today it's just not quite going as Freya Pine.
Yeah, that's a really nice goal from Freya Pine there. Steps the corner. Does a really, really nice job finding some space as the Comet slide doesn't necessarily come over. Yeah, she steps that corner, comes above GLE, slices between two defenders and then makes no mistake. That's a nice bit of individual brilliance there. Right, just what the doctor ordered for the Stars at this particular point. As the clock ticks down to just under 2.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Comets still firmly in control here by a score of 9-2.
Stars showing there is plenty of life left in them, though. I think that first quarter it was looking like it was going to be all Comets all day, but the Stars have not given up the fight as they continue to fight for this one. They'll get that ball back. Good hustle there on the ground ball.
Stars look to press, step on the inside there. That's Brigger Gould. Kicks the ball across the top. That's Edwards stepping on the inside. Running through two defenders, loses possession of the ball. Good defence from the Comets. Jackson is out. Here we go. Looks upfield. She's got Andre there. Nice look. Andre can't quite corral the ball. That ball's going to run as it looks to try and hit the line. Only going to get one crack at it. Nice ground ball there from Finny Barnett. She looks to try and get herself into some space. Lobs the ball up ahead. She's got Edwards out in the open. Edwards looking to try and continue the fight.
Unlucky on that one there as a Stars player again just sort of coming down on the ball instead of trying to scoop through. Will get called for the pre-check.
It's Imogen Wilson now pushing the ball. Kicks the ball back across the top. Looks for Jackson on the inside. Jackson rips that. Rodwell gets a nice piece of that. Puts it off the pipe. That's another save. That's a save there from Rodwell. Lots being asked of her by this Comet offence. It's her 5th save of the game.
And we saw in that play as well, again, just the amount of pressure the Stars are feeling under. They went offside again defensively on that. Made it up, though.
Oh, what
as Comets back in and just keep getting second and third opportunities to score there.
Bailey Cole kicks the ball on the inside, just steps through a couple. That's another really nice finish there. Nice pass as well from Lily Maros, number 7. Bailey Cole, number 17 for the Comets. That's her first goal of the game. And Comets answer back and they extend their lead back out to 8 now. The 30 seconds to go. That's a blow, isn't it, Tim? Right on the edge there. You probably don't want to give that one of those last goals away.
Absolutely, especially after that first defensive effort turned the first of those attempts back for the Comets. The Stars just couldn't get that second one out as the slide arrived maybe a moment late, and it just gave Comets that look inside to get it. Although we will see the Stars starting with the ball. Clock is on the field, but there is time left if they can get a quick run, and a goal right now would be huge for morale. Push there, the clock stops at any whistle at the moment now, though, so Stars no loss of time or advantage if they can reset. Although, again, you'll see this Comets team ready to double on this one. Ball across, and they need to go if they're going to go. A little hesitation, rocker step there. Gets by one, gets by two, a third shot, save. Good individual effort there by the Stars, but great positioning and just a great step there to make that save for Dia.
All over that.
Short time now. There we go. That is the end of the half.
As we hit half-time here at Pentanet Stadium in the first of our major semi-finals, the Comets dominated this game from the start, leading early. The Stars worked their way back into it, cutting the margin at various times, but the Comets ultimately have played a cracking first half, and they go into the sheds, leading this one by a score of 10-2. Goal scorers in the first half: Hayley Lawson with 3, Isabel Jackson with 3. Singles to Lily Silvestri, Lily Maros, India Capella, and Bailey Cole. For the Stars, Freya Pine and Ashley Burton are your 2 goal scorers. We're going to take a short break here at Pentanet Stadium. It's half-time of the major semi-final. We'll be back with more shortly. You're watching the Australian Lacrosse Network.
Welcome back, ladies, gentlemen, and lacrosse fans. We are at Pentanet Stadium still. I am Tim Dobson. We've got Tim Kennedy here for the Australian Lacrosse Network, and the Comets have been having their way today on the scoreboard. It's 10-2. The officials just adjusting the scoreboard there. They've barely been able to keep up. Comets putting goals away at will. Had a bit of a slow one there. It was 7-0 in the first quarter, and it was a 3-2 second quarter. Still the Comets' way, but the Stars really fought their way back into things and showed some real signs of life as they defend now. Comets looking for the drive.
Yeah, it really was one-sided in that first half, wasn't it? I think the Stars did a really good job of getting the game back on their terms here. As we can see, Agar again pushing the ball forward. She's been a standout for them today. Kicks
Absolutely.
the ball forward, looking for the shot. Rips one wide.
Just unlucky there, and again, got to get maybe a little upfield to be in a threatening position there. But that was just some great fast break play started by Agar just on the individual effort there.
Alice Dawson there with the shot.
Yeah, Alice Dawson just a little flat on that one. Needed to come a little bit upfield, get herself some angle. But Stars with the ball, they get the back up on the shot. Turn the corner now through traffic, and great save, Anup Kumar. Just one of those ones where as a goalie you almost just have to try and hope you can get in the way. It's so point blank, and just a big punch up. Anup Kumar got it there. Comets on the breakaway now. They've got numbers this time, 2 players at the goal, although the pressure on the ball is excellent from Ashley Burton there. Double arrives. Ball goes out of bounds, and it's off the Comets stick. Great defensive effort there. That started with Ashley Burton, just textbook one-on-one defense, matching feet, getting low on the hips. And the Comets player had no idea that double was coming. She was so busy, focused on Burton. Stars looking to get the ball upfield now.
Looking around there, so she's got Birighitti just to her right as Pine looks to try and push into the Comets defense just in the fan, but she's escorted out by Litchfield. Agar turns the corner, turns on the jet. She's got a chance here, rips one down. Well, another great save there from Anup Kumar. Backs
up her own shot, but the goalie just absolutely dropped the hammer on that one. Almost a little bit of what they call butterfly style in the ice hockey world. Just sort of almost dropping to her knees to close the gap there. Stick came down and the 5-hole almost trapped there. Ball back with the Stars now as they're looking to move things around. This is the most control they've had of the ball in a while. As I say that, obviously the ball pops back up over, but Stars corral the loose ball and they'll look to get things up and going again.
They push forward there, looking to try and spin and back rolls Madison Carroll. She's got Dawson behind her, kicks it over to Agar. Agar throws the split dodge, gets on the inside, goes to rip, puts that one wide right.
Oh, the face dodge by Agar was a thing of beauty. Just couldn't quite get the angle on that shot,
so
shooting wide.
Quick. She just turns the corner, gets an inch, and bang, she's gone.
Absolutely. It's a thing of joy sometimes to watch a player like that who's just like, I've got this. Watch out, sisters.
Yeah, taking the game on. She's been the one player from the Stars who I think has really taken the game on. Hasn't been afraid to have a dip. Nice.
Another big face dodge there.
Birighitti over in the top there. Ball loose. Trying to fight Dawson. Looking to try and find it. Dawson's going to come up with the ball. Got options to her left and her right. She's got Birighitti on the right. Elizabeth Root just tucking in on the left. Birighitti splits 2 defenders, steps on the inside, throws that shot right. Clock is stopped. Looks like the Stars are going to retain possession here.
Really enjoying the umpire. Watch that girl run about 30 metres off the field and
we've
then
had
said, no, never mind, I've got one. It's a real alpha move.
One of the few times the officials actually get to have a bit of a win.
Look, I like to, as a coach, like to think that the officials are always getting their wins. I, the victim, sorry, the coach, never quite appreciated by them. Maybe that I'm a bit of a jerk.
No,
ball with Agar now. Oh, great look inside, finds her player.
Edwards with the ball there, cops a clip as she's trying to get her hands free to get the shot off.
So a held check is the call, and good call there. I think the slide came in really well, but just have to get that check in and out. Unlike in the men's where you can leave your check there, sort of push down on the ball as long as you're not holding. In the women's game, it has to be an in and out check. Great save by Anup Kumar. Again, you see her, she drops her knees to the deck and gets her stick down so fast. again,
she's having herself a blinder of a day today. That's her 4th save this quarter alone, as she's pleading with one of her defenders to come along and help her. Kicks the ball across the top here. This is taken by Jackson. Jackson's going to put on the afterburners here. Gets herself into a bit of space. Splits in between 2 defenders.
Tell you who we haven't seen in a little while, Capella. She's
Yeah, I think she's over on the sideline. I think I saw her with an ice bag earlier, so I think she may have hurt herself. Doesn't seem to be too serious, just sitting on the edge of the bench there. Helmet off. As Burton with the ball looks to try and press out.
Also, that being said, with a game tomorrow, you're obviously thinking about trying to, a bit of player management stuff. So, want to be making sure everyone's rearing and ready to go. And at the moment, the Comets don't need the extra support. So,
no, Lawson, another notable off the field at the moment for the Comets, as they look to press the ball forward here. Agar looks to drop the hammer, take the ball to X. Looking to try and get inside a defender. Nice double team from the Comets there. Agar asks a question but runs out of real estate, so forcing her to backtrack. Still pushing there. Just a lack of offensive fluidity for the Stars at the moment, isn't it? The reliance is too much probably on individuals to barrow through 2 or 3 defenders.
I think part of that is we've seen another 3-second call in the Comets. We've seen a number of those, but I think part of that is, again, the Comets are so aggressive on ball. They fully back themselves all the way out. And if their player gets by them, they have no concern for sending another player after them. And I think it's very hard to find a rhythm offensively when every time you get a break or every time you get an option past someone, another Comets player is there ready to come for you.
As the ball hits the deck now, the Comets force the turnover. Agar on the ground there, nice ground ball. She's got options there. She's got Berigidi there. And she's got Madison Carroll on the far side pleading for the ball to come in their direction as Pine looks to step the corner. She scored a goal earlier for the Stars. She's got one to her, one of their 2 to date. She kicks the ball back around to X. Berigidi looks to split 2 defenders, get her hands free. She's going to have an opportunity if she can get back to her preferred right, but she can't. So just escorted from the fan.
I think at that distance, really just needed to back herself on the left. There's not much Anup Kumar can do if you put the ball wide of the goalie at that distance. It takes a Herculean effort to get there. So I think Berigidi just had to back herself a little bit more, or even try the righty shovel shot if she wanted a bit of 80s flair on it.
As Litchfield there kicks the ball forward into the attacking half for the Comets. Feel like it's been a while since they've been down here. As they kick the ball across the top, Jackson with it, steps on the inside, rips one down, and just as I say that, Jackson brings up her 4th tally of the game. The really nice split dodge there to find herself with a little bit of space. And the Comets have now scored their 11th. That's their first goal. That's the first goal of this quarter. And we are 7 minutes in. Isabel Jackson, 4 goals, 2 assists to her name. And the Comets are out by a score of 11-2. Of course, if you're just tuning us, this is the major semi-final here live from Pentanet Stadium. Here in Joondalup, about 30 kilometres north of Perth. Welcome to Perth, Western Australia. This is the major semi-final between the Comets and the Stars. Earlier today, the Lightning beat the Presidents 22-3. They will play again tomorrow for 9th place. The Flames defeated the Storm 13-8. And the Ice, your Ice, Timmy, defeated the Auckland Blues 13-7 to set up a Flames versus Ice 5th place playoff. In 7th place, the Storm will take on Auckland and the Lightning in the President's battle for 9th. But the winner here goes through to see who can take the chocolates tomorrow. Place in the grand final on the line, and at the moment, it is you'd almost pencil the Comets in tomorrow, as Agar is injured. Just looking to bring her off the field. That's a real shame there, Tim. She's had an absolute belter of a game.
Absolutely, and it looks like it was just maybe a rolled ankle as she went forward on it. Didn't really see any impact or contact, but so hard to know from this distance what it could have been. But hopefully just a little niggle to the ankle. But if they could see her back out for this game, that would be a massive boon for the Stars. However, again, don't want to risk anything in a competition like this with such young players. As a shot ricochets out. I think it may have gotten a little bit of Rodwell and a little bit of pipe, hard to tell, but Stars are on the run now. Again, just defense wearing away at them as the ball trickles loose. Whistle on the play. We've got a cover call, and it's going to be Comets ball.
Big hello to all of you out there, wherever you are in Australia. Good to see a lot of Comets fans there, a lot of Blue Who Love Hearts coming up on our comments page. Obviously, a few Comets fans out there. See if there's any Stars fans out there that are watching as well. You'll jump in, let us know where you're watching from. You are watching the Australian Lacrosse Network here. This is the major semi-final between the Stars and the Comets. Comets in complete control of this one, leading by a score of 11-2. As the ball just kicks around here, Cook with the ball for the Comets. Moving it around at the moment. Dispossesses there. Great defence from Burton. Burton getting a piece. She scored the opener for the Stars.
Burton's been everywhere. She scored the opener and then had to run all the way back into defence. She's been all over the field and she's been a really big defensive presence just again with just some great textbook defence. Plays good positioning and is just enough of a nuisance to cause some dispossessions when she needs to, but isn't necessarily throwing any big checks.
Oh, Layla Woodall, sorry, they're coming across, making the pick, getting a big part of that and stopping what could have been a one-on-one shot there for the Stars. As Burton looks like she might have copped one on the fingers there as she makes her way to the box. Cook goes the shot, save. Cook goes the shot, collects her own rebound there. Rodwell couldn't quite corral the save, couldn't quite get it back in. Cook all over that one there for the Comets. That's Mabel Cook. That's her first goal of the game.
You hate those as a goalie. Make a great first save, one-on-one on the doorstep. You're feeling fired up, and then you hear a whoosh as a ball hits the back of the net, and you think, oh, blast.
All that work done. No, she's done an amazing job there, just getting a piece of that. But Mabel Cook, though, good control there, though, to be able to scoop that up as quickly as she did. And then to be able to get that shot off. All in a split second there before Rodwell had realised what had happened. As the next of our contestants come out onto the field here, the Waikato donning the yellow today. Taking on the Fire Victoria in our second of our semi-finals today. Big hello there to Anne Maxwell-Davis watching from South Australia. Bailey Cole there, your granddaughter's already got herself a goal, got herself on the scoreboard. Terrific effort there. Hello to Liz Doherty there, looking to try and pull the Stars along.
Sophia Biraghetti, great work there. Took the centre and haven't seen many from her yet. Got the individual, won the ball to herself. Has just taken a big one across the ribs there, but is on the run again, or will be on the run again now with a ball back to her. Goes for the one-on-one dodge across the front of the goal. Couldn't get it to go. Pulls it out, but Stars in control now. And again, the tempo has shifted in this quarter. Stars have been working furiously. Unfortunately for them, there is a young lady by the name of Dia Anup Kumar between the pipes. Oh, great shot.
Man, that's a terrific shot, isn't it? Isla Emerson for the East Fremantle Lacrosse Club, ripping that shot there wide.
It took 6 shots on goal to get that first goal for the Stars in this quarter. And again, it's just testament number 12 between the pipes for the Comets has been huge this quarter. Again, 5 saves before the first goal was allowed. Great effort there by the Stars to get on the board.
There's Finney Barnett there coming up with the assist, number 7 for the Stars. Finding Isla Emerson free on the far side, and that's the third goal of the game for the Stars. We are under 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. The Comets are in complete control of this one, winning by a score of 12-3. Just on the far side, the Phantoms in the Metro about to get underway. Over there to close out pool play on the boys' draw. The Braves have defeated the Thunder 12-4 over there. Braves sewing up top spot. Thunder will finish second, irrespective of results over there on ground number 2 now. Phantoms looking to book their spot in the third place game against potentially Southern Cross. As the ball zings around across the back. Oh, a bit of a pick there. Dropped Mia Taylor.
I was going to say, we just had Biraghetti get on side. I'm not sure if the umpires did notice in the end, but there was about a minute and a half of offside play there. I was going to say these Stars are all over the place. There were 7 of them though, so that helps. Great save by
one way to do it,
Rodwell. Look, if no one's counting, why not? Ball back now. Great save by the goalie, and the rebound kept in play. Good defensive effort there.
Luis Fernandez trying to keep the ball in play, manages to do just that. All sorts of pressure there from the Comets, but there's been a push. Luis Fernandez is going to get a breather. She's going to get the ball back.
So if you're looking at the field at the moment, you'll see the number of Comets around the ball, and the nearest Stars players are sort of 30 and 40 metre passes upfield, often still through sticks, and we see that there. They get that error, force the error on the pass. Stars just need to do a little bit more if they're going to get themselves open for the ball, because the Comets are really sort of shifting sides of the field to make sure they are swarming the ball. And Stars just not quite maybe ready for it. Definitely able to do the ball movement required or make the ball movement required, but just not quite enough at the moment.
Just need to get the head up a little bit further, don't they? Look for that person that's perhaps one further pass along.
Absolutely, and it's just that realisation if you're upfield, sometimes it's a longer open pass than you'd expect. You're thinking, oh, well, someone's closer than I am, but a lot of the time it's not. You've got to almost make that long pass and just force things upfield.
Yeah, Lucia Andre there with the shot, ripping it wide. Clock stopped here. We are down under 2 minutes and 27 seconds. Ball coming back in here. Stars are going to take the ball here. Just move her close to the back centre of the cage. She looks to try and clear the ball. That's Feeney Barnett. He's clearing the ball, heads up, looks for Birighitti. Birighitti with the ball, turns on the Jets. She's got a bit of space in front of her. Steps through the inside, goes past 3 Comets defenders. Chips it across the top to the inside, looking for Buckman. They get just enough of a piece of that. And the Comets are out. That's Lawson with the ball, turns on the afterburner. They've got a man advantage here. Cole with the ball, looks to pick it up. No, the ball hits the deck as we're going to go back out the other way. The game descending into a little bit of a track meet.
Great handle there. Madison Carroll with the catch, the spin move, and the redirect all in one. Gets the Stars back into transition. Oh, another knockdown there for the Comets. Just stifling defence on the ride.
As the ball does hit the deck, Comets look to try and push the ball into offence now. 1:20 to go in this quarter. Maybe another low-scoring quarter here. Comets taking the advantage here, 2-1, extending their lead out to 9 goals at the moment here as we're approaching three-quarter time. Stars looking to try and get out on the run. Good defence, though, as Madison Carroll looking to try and find a little bit of space there. Throws the ball forward. Great pick-up there from Imogen Wilson, the Sturt Blue Devil. Kicks the ball back across the top. Still got options there. Layla Woodall looking to try and get some space, but Carroll's got a piece of it. Carroll's going to collect the ball. She's got Birighitti in the middle, and she goes in that general direction. Birighitti can't quite grab it, though. As the ball squirts out the back, and there's a push there, yeah. Good call, push there from Luis Fernandez.
I think the weariness starting to show in the Stars. We've seen Madison Carroll make some huge plays there, but just exhausted trying to get the ball upfield as the Comets are relentless on that ride.
Ball in the middle of the field now as the Comets look to try and seize the advantage to see if they can score a goal here in the last 20 seconds. Clock is on. Comets looking to just ice this victory now.
Free space to call on that one, and we're going to see Cole looking one-on-one with Rodwell.
Bailey Cole with the ball. Putting some Rodwell taking a bit of a stepped out a little bit further than she had before, which I like given the bounce that this field has. Just cut down the angle a little bit. Goes to rip it low. What a finish there.
Again, low and away, skipping it past the keeper's right leg. And just some textbook shooting there by Cole.
Bailey Cole, number 17. That's her second of the game. That extends the Comets' margin to the biggest that it's been to date. Out to a 10-goal lead with 17 seconds to go here in the third quarter as we do approach three-quarter time. Of course, this isn't the last. We've got one more game still to go. We've got the Waikato taking on the Fire for the spot, the last spot in the grand final.
And as good as this Comets team are, you almost feel sorry for the winner of that next game. It's going to be a massive ask for any team to overcome these Comets. But Waikato and Fire are going to go at it to decide who will have a go at the Comets. Both of those sides very fast. Again, Waikato and Comets out of the same pool. Team I was coaching the ice this week, both had to face the speed that was present from both of those sides. They made our quick players look slow and our slow players look stationary. And as we come to three-quarter time, we've got the Comets fully in control.
Leading by a score of 13-3 as we just run through the goal scorers. 4 to date up until that point. 3 goals to the Comets that quarter. Isabel Jackson adding to her impressive tally with her 4th goal. Mabel Cook getting on the board, and Bailey Cole there finishing things off with the 3rd goal. The lone goal scorer for that quarter for the Stars was Isla Emerson, and we find ourselves at a score of 13-3. Fantastic opportunity here now just to thank our sponsors for this week. It's been a huge week, and we start with massive congratulations to obviously all the crew here at Wembley as we start with lacrossegear.com.au, all your online lacrosse needs. Lacrosse Australia, our event host, be a long-time partner. CH Signs and Print, Craig Hollingbury does a great job with all his signs here, out here in Western Australia. Our official sponsor, Team Hawkeye. Follow Team Hawkeye at Team Hawkeye online on Instagram. Wembley Lacrosse Club, our event host Mandy Ian and the team here at Wembley done an amazing job this week putting on an event like this. 3 a.m. Web and IT, our broadcast partners. Pentanet Stadium, they are sensational venue hosts. And of course the city of Joondalup, beautiful part of Western Australia if you have the time to get out here. About 30 kilometres north of Perth. Always great to have you out here. So Tim, as we just hear it running through three-quarter time, the game seemingly in the bag for the Comets at the moment, leading by a score of 13-3.
I think the big one for the Stars, and the person who was getting a lot of their momentum when they had it was Ager, and Chanel Ager went out with what looked like a rolled ankle midway through that last quarter, and I think her absence was definitely felt early on. The Stars doing a good job, though, in terms of fighting through that quarter, forcing lower scores. Again, we saw 7 goals from the Comets in the first quarter. We've seen 8 goals since. Check that. We've seen fewer than 8 goals. We've seen 6 goals. I remind everyone at home I only teach junior maths. But 6 goals since that first quarter. So despite the fact that numbers are very tricky, the Stars are holding the Comets to a lower number of goals per quarter as the game has progressed, and they'll look to continue that, although, again, as we see Ager take the field again, she's looking pretty solid on that ankle, although...
Yeah, we're a little bit worried there for her. She's been having a really good game. I think she's almost been their best player today so far, just taking the game on.
Absolutely, I would fully support that. I think Ager has been the difference maker in a lot of plays, scoring or otherwise, and I think that's been a big thing we've seen from the Stars, though, the number of contributors. They've had 5 goals. They've got 3 different goal scorers, 2 different assist getters. They've had great play through the middle, and it has been an absolute team effort, and no small task against this Comet side, who have just been looking better and better as the week has gone by as well.
Yeah, they came out with a statement win earlier in the week just to kick things off in Pool B play, and then really haven't looked back from there all week, taking control. Big statement win over the Flames, who came in as one of the favourites to come out of Pool B. Obviously, a big win over your boys as well, over your girls, the Ice, earlier in the week, and then took control of the Waikato as well significantly. I think won that game by a score of 11-5. Of course, Waikato a bit of a wild card this week. It'll be interesting to see how they go up against the Fire in the next game, who have bludgeoned their way through Pool A. But this Comets side just seem to have everything covered. And what's concerning here at the moment, I guess, is they've had the ability through this game to rest some of their big stars.
Absolutely, it is rare you see a team come into a must-win final and after the first quarter rest their 2 or 3 of their best contributors that are almost fully from there. So you've got to hope, A, that those aren't injuries that are, not being rested, but actually just being, cared for. But at the same time, you've got to worry what they're capable of. If we see that equivalent of that 7-point first quarter repeated 4 times over, it's you've got to wonder who can stop these Comets. And again, Fire and Waikato will both be looking for that chance. I think Waikato probably looking at their 11-5 defeat earlier in the week and thinking we've got more in the tank, and probably I imagine watching this game very closely. Hello Waikato, if you're watching it later on for the scouting report. But it will be a very interesting one to see how they go.
The ball just sits in the bottom corner here. It's an opportunity for the Comets to continue to add to that lead. Litchfield looks to push the corner. If she can get her hands free, she's going to rip this.
Litchfield didn't see a lot of time in the second and third quarters, but she's back out now. We saw similar things with Lawson, who took some breaks as well. But again, just the depth of the Comets has been paying dividends for them.
Jackson now just sweeping across the top. They're searching into a number of Stars defenders. Comets still leading this one by a score of 13-3. There's 13 minutes to go in this game.
Free space to call on that one, and I absolutely believe that that's what the player was looking for. Bailey Cole, I don't think was really looking to attack. 21. It's Isabel Jackson. I don't think she was looking to attack particularly there. She just had a wall of players in front of her and thought if I weave back and forth enough, I'll get myself a free position shot, because she wasn't particularly attacking the goal. And we see a cover call there, so Chanel Ager will get the ball for Stars and they will look to clear. 10 points, the biggest difference we've seen in this game. And as far as scorelines have gone, this has actually been one where the Stars have done a good job keeping the Comets as quiet as they have. Again, after that big 7-point first quarter, as Chanel Ager runs the ball upfield. Gets by her players and up into attack now. She's matched up one-on-one. Pressure behind, but still in control. That was absolutely a moving pick. Not sure what was going on there. Chanel Ager gets checked across the body, though, and she'll get this one at the hash. Was maybe a little bit unsure from my perspective whether she was in or out of the fan. In the fan was the call, as you always hope for as an attacker. You don't want to be that one step back and then getting a not a free position shot. So it's going to be Ager versus Anup Kumar here. Ager runs in, bounce shot,
what a
and
shot.
Sticks it over the shoulder.
Used the deck to absolute perfection there. Chanel Ager, that's her first goal of the game. A lot of that is a just reward for a lot of work in transition there, as you can see. Just use the deck to perfection.
Really shows how aggressive that bounce is. Anup Kumar has been sensational on those low and bounce shots. She absolutely misread that one as Ager put it just in front of her, and it bounced well up over her shoulder into that top corner. Again, just really showing how hard the ground is at both creases, or in both creases, I should say. So that's the first goal of this quarter, and again, it's been some slow scoring and fast action here in the fourth quarter. 13-4 is the score. Stars back within 9 as the Comets come out with the ball. Isabel Jackson takes it on the full out of the centre and is on the breakaway. Guarded closely, a double comes and she carries behind. She's got Mia Taylor chasing her, but not in time. Turns the corner and fires that one. And may have gotten the foot or ankle of Ager, who is subbing off again after a quick little a limp there. But we see this drive from behind again. Maybe a bit of miscommunication. The Stars player splitting up on either side of the goal, turning the corner. We see Ager grab that ankle and sub off. But great individual effort there by Isabel Jackson just to read the defence, split the defence, and then find the back of the net there.
Yeah, the slide from Ager just coming down, just a little bit too late there to try and close down that angle. And Ager, tapping the stick on the ground there, copping one on the ankle. I think you're right, as she makes her way off the field. Back in the middle here now. The Comets leading this one by a score of 14-4. Their lead back out to 10. That's Jackson's 5th goal of this game.
Comets will get that one. May have been a break. Didn't see the signal, but Comets ball either way, and they're on the run again. Umpire thought about giving the advantage on that one, the cross-the-body check, but decided against it as Stars defenders were ready to arrive. Ball now with Jackson again. Gets by 1, gets by 2, drives around, hands that one off, pass inside, great find. And it's Lily Maros and Hayley Lawson connecting on that one. Absolutely superb finish there from those players. See the drive here. Jackson just draws all eyes to her. Quick pass off there to Maros. Finds Lawson in the middle, and she just deposits that one in the account.
Yeah, she had found herself with plenty of time and space, didn't she? And credit to Maros there. Drew the defenders, had the smarts just to pull it out, and made no mistake there, hitting Lawson to perfection.
It's that quick redirect you hear coaches rambling on about all the time. All eyes went left on the play as Jackson and Maros had it on one side. Lawson posts up in the middle, coming from that offside where everyone's eyes were not, and a bit of a backdoor cut, finds the ball, finds the back of the net. So always nice as a coach in the commentary box, seeing some good fundamentals out there.
Ball now in dispute now as the players look to try and close down on that. The Stars, Edwards coming in hot.
I think Edwards thought something had happened on that centre. She didn't seem to make to play the ball at all after that initial whistle. Not sure what she thought had happened or whether she thought there'd been a second whistle. Has been a little bit of confusion on the women's fields with the similarity between the men's and women's whistles. Obviously, as all of you at home, if you're listening, will know, it's the shriller Fox 40 whistle on the women's field, as opposed to the more dulcet tones on the men's field.
The dulcet tones.
You know, that's for whistle enthusiasts like myself and you at home to know the difference. Where some of the players getting a little bit confused on something. Oh, great individual move, big face dodge there.
Swings that one off the left, just turned on the Jets there. A little breakdown in transition there. Saw Berigidi with plenty of time and space in front. Opportunity now with Dawson with the ball as she brings the ball back into play.
Berigidi with it now after that great individual effort. Just weaving through players. Almost none of it was a true dodge. It was just great changes of direction. And we see another one there. Great finish. Oh, holding an ankle though. All clear is the call. Went down and immediately grabbed that left ankle and she's limping away. Yeah,
just a bit of contact there, just on the edge there as she's gone through. I'm not sure if she got stepped on maybe there by Woodall. But stings that one in past the keeper.
Hard to tell. Almost looks like she's just rolled over on it on the replay. But again, really hard to know from up here. Hopefully she's all right though, as she subs off. We've seen a few ankles as Aga comes back on the field. She's rolled one and had one trod on. And 15-5 the score. And again, it's still 10 points the difference, but there's a big difference between 11-1 and 15-5. And the Stars have really been putting a fight on. And again, Comets resting some players, but still just putting on a masterclass out in the midfield.
Yeah, they really have been in complete control of this game, haven't they? From the absolute start, that 7-zip first quarter there just blew it wide open as Edwards looks like she's copped another one. Not having the best of time in there in the centre. Seems to have copped a second one, but legs it back into defence now.
Aga going to be called for it. Just coming across the body on that one again. You've got to get foot position. You've got to be in front of the player before you can check across. Can't sort of wrap check as you can in the men's game. Pass trickles down the stick of the intended target there. Couldn't get it to go, but ball controlled. Bailey Cole with it now for the Comets. Drives in. Great save, Rodwell. Was almost sure that one was going to get by the keeper as it was just a great dodge. Good shot, but just that quick drop of the stick and it knocks the ball sideways.
Ball just sitting across. Sitting at X at the moment as the Comets look to continue to try and extend this lead, leading by a score of 15-5. At this point, though, 4.5 minutes to go. Not necessarily. I mean, you probably want to continue to try and press, but I mean, you wouldn't necessarily be breaking your back, would you? Got bigger fish to fry tomorrow.
Absolutely, and I think it's one of those ones where you want to play the game in a respectful way, but be a way that is going to prepare your young ladies for the game tomorrow. You don't want to be just taking your foot off the pedal and coasting into the next game because they're going to want to be firing at the start tomorrow. But again, you want to make sure you're conserving the energy that you can. Imagine the most effective way or the most efficient way you can while still, keeping the foot on the gas. Bit under 4 minutes to go. The Stars are still fighting for it, and you've got to love that in a young team where you've got a 10-point deficit with just under 4 minutes to go, but they are still fighting as if they are absolutely in this game. Absolutely love that as that one hits the outside of the net and falls away. That was Cole again. Rodwell doing a good job playing those angles.
Oh, look, they'll be disappointed today, the Stars. But that said, though, I mean, look, the Comets, there really isn't a hell of a lot you could do against a side like that that's on a rampage like they've been on today. Just too many offensive weapons early and really caught the Stars off guard with just the fluidity. As we made that comment earlier, they first 6 goals were all assisted, which at this level it really indicates the maturity of the team. The Stars will be better. A lot of young players in there. A lot of young players. First experience for everyone, obviously, at this age bracket. They'll take a fair bit out of this game today and the experience, being able to get to the pointy end. And we'll no doubt need to rally tomorrow with a big third-place game on the line.
Absolutely. Oh, Anup Kumar almost coming out of the crease on that one to try and defend. I don't think the defender needed the assistance, but that's a goalie who wants to get in play. Ball on the deck now, both sides going after it, and Stars come up with a ground ball. Elizabeth Roost with it, up top, hands back, and it's Talia Edwards now. She's guarded closely, but Edwards, good speed if she can get herself some room to run. Great rollback there on her right. Low angle, sticks the top corner.
That is a gorgeous shot there and finish there from Talia Edwards.
Great individual effort, and just reminding everyone at home that we keep the cookies up at the top shelf. Huge finish there, and just such a good change of direction. You saw it, she had two defenders on her. She plants, rolls back. Almost a reverse inside roll, or inside roll from the top, I should say. I think the reverse inside roll is probably an outside roll.
But more importantly, the finish.
The finish, correct.
You know, the way that Anup Kumar's been playing in the cage today, needed to absolutely nail that finish, and she did a spectacular job with it, didn't she? Turned the corner, nailed it, perfection.
Yeah, low angle, and just a great quick release. It's great to see. And again, the fight continues. Stars just not giving up on any play, and it is sensational to see. Got our second team out on the warm-up field for our next game. It's the Fire now getting their warm-up and dynamic in. Aga with a collision there against Hayley Lawson.
She's in the wars today, young Aga. Having a great game, but look at the toughness.
So we get the ball out of it. It's always hard to tell if a player's grab their head or if they're just adjusting their goggles. I think on that one, Aga was just going for a restyle quickly, make sure everything was lined up before she goes into play.
Oh, look, they make them tough out at Bayswater, and Aga is the personification of that as she steps on the inside there, loses the ball on the deck, picked up Anup Kumar with the save.
Almost just a player realising that a flick may be the best look at a shot on that one, and Comets with the ball looking to clear now. Ball upfield, pass slightly ahead of the player it was meant for. It is trickled through everyone, though, until it arrives at Mabel Cook, who has the ball behind, looks up top, finds her mark. Ball inside.
Oh, what a finish. Popped up in the outside, didn't it? And she had a fair bit of time there to stick that one through. That's Lucia Andre. That's her first of the game.
Almost looks on the replay like she didn't know she had it at first. If you watch it quickly, she gets the ball. I think some pressure comes. She stops. She looks back up at her stick and then sticks the shot. That was
Mabel Cook with the assist, but you're right. Yeah, she sort of stopped and everyone else sort of fell. If it was a tactical move on her part, then she's absolutely nailed it. Because everyone seemed to stop, didn't they?
Yeah.
And she came out of it with the ball and then she made no mistake on the finish.
No, absolutely. Just very confidently stopped, looked up at her stick and went, oh, hello, ball. Put that one away. Which, hey, maybe that's a new tactic we've got to watch out for coming out of South Australia. In the middle now, we've got under 2 to play. High ball out of the centre on that one. Both sides fighting after it. Stars bat it to their advantage. And it's Isla Emerson with the ball up the far side. She's guarded closely, loses the ball. We'll get a call though. Check across the body. We've seen a little bit of that later in the game. You see there's both teams fatigue. The stick almost used sort of as a crook to try and get the player in front of them back to level. Obviously not allowed in the women's game. You have to be level or ahead before you can have that quick check. Great take on the crease. Big physicality there, but a score by Finny Barnett. Just lobbed that one in. Anup Kumar realised she was going to have to come out for it. Did so, but Barnett just managed to stick that one by. And you see Barnett get to the crease, ball up high, and as the defence collapse around her, she sticks that one through.
Yeah, really good effort here from the Stars. Certainly not giving up, trying to chip it away. That's their 7th goal of the game to cut the margin back to 1. Barnett holding her ground there through the checks and the contact and making no mistake putting that one away. That's their 4th goal of the quarter, Tim. They've shown a little bit offensively, certainly have tried to keep the foot down, and good on them for having a crack.
Absolutely, and especially on a team like this, you don't know how many players you've got coming back for next year, but all of this experience is just going to be paying dividends as they look to under 18s teams and future under 15s teams for their state. They've really had a pressure test here today, and they know what SA have developing. And it appears to be just absolute lightning speed through the midfield.
Edwards with the ball now as the Stars look to try and press within the last minute here, just in the dying moments of this game.
So no self-restart is the call there. So the player went to make a move, isn't allowed a self-restart in the stop clock of the final 2 minutes of each period of play. So it was called back for that one, for those of you wondering at home what happened on that. Ball looking behind, great pick there, drive from behind, and Freya Pine with it. Has the ball still up top. Did a lap, didn't see any exits she liked on that circuit, but finds one now. Ball behind now with Birigidi. She has speed, great turn on that one. Anub Kumar almost may have been getting called for something on that one. Goalie, once she is out of the circle, all the rules of just a normal defender apply, and I think there was a bit of toward the head check on that one.
Well, there's just time here. If the Stars can get themselves free here, there's an opportunity just to sing one more consolation goal, and it's going to fall into the lap of Edwards. There's 6 seconds to go. Clock is on. Time away. Time to get the shot away. The Comets are going to want to try and stop this one. Rips the shot, puts it. Oh, and that just sums up the day, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Anup Kumar, great read on that. Stick almost there, but just a good step. Leg comes across, bounces that one high and wide, and Comets back it up. And again, that almost sums the day up as well. Beyond just Anup Kumar's saves, it's a great effort from the Stars, and the Comets have the ball back just as they need it. And with the final whistle going,
that's the game, yeah. Now the Comets have prevailed, and they will push their way through into tomorrow's final, prevailing by a final score of 16-7. Great game by the Comets there. It really took control early as we just wrap up the goal scorers for that final quarter. 3 goals to the Comets. A nice spread there. Isabel Jackson and Hayley Lawson adding to their swags, whilst Lucia Andre finished with her first goal to close out the scoring. 16 goals for the Comets. For the Stars, a swath of individual goal scorers with Chanel Agar, Sophia Birigidi, Finny Barrett, and Talia Edwards all getting on the board for a final score of 16-7. And for the Comets, Tim, that was a pretty impressive performance right from the outset.
Absolutely, it just was clinical. We saw great speed and aggression from the first whistle onwards, and then almost immediately they started looking to conserve energy and players for tomorrow's grand final. But there was no doubt from that Comets side what we were seeing, what we were seeing was a team who believed in themselves, and a team who were ready for whatever the other side could throw at them.
Yeah, no, they really were. They were in complete control. And the Stars, to their credit, continued to try and fight their way back, tried to work their way into the game to see if they could, try and eat into the lead. But the Comets had an answer for just about everything today. As the sides just shake hands there, and before we go, we just want to thank again our sponsors, the event host Lacrosse Australia and the Wembley Lacrosse Club, our event sponsors, lacrossegear.com.au and CH Signs and Print. Also a big thank you to our venue hosts and supporting partner, the City of Joondalup and Pentanet Stadium. Big thank you to those guys as well as our broadcast partners, Kennedy Vinchulo Solicitors and 3AM Web and IT. We're going to wrap it up here for this one here. We'll bring the MVPs in the tiles later, but we've got 15 minutes to reload and go again for the final game of our 5-game series today. Tim, I'll see you back here shortly for the second semi-final between Waikato and the Fire.
See you in 15 minutes, Tim.
And so that wraps it up here, the first semi-final. The Comets are finals bound, claiming a big win 16-7 over the Stars. My name's Tim Kennedy.